Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Schoolboy, here back with another review. This time we're speaking on Bell Collective. Even though OWN says it's season 4, episode 9, part 1 reunion, it's really season 3 reunion because these 9 episodes are actually included in the first part of season 3. Why they do this and why they break it up, I don't know. Must be something that Carlos King has set up with OWN Network. But anyways, we're here. We're gonna talk about it, and I got a lot to say. Y'all know these women with Bell Collective really just it's only a few of them that make my butt itch, and we gonna get into to all of the things. But before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you bang that notification bell button, so anytime that I do drop a new video, you guys are the first ones to get access to those videos. Okay. Awesome, awesome. We do have some quick church announcements. Make sure if you did not check out this week's episode of Hotline Bling Chat Room, that y'all go over to Chef Don Don's channel. We both executive produce Hotline Bling Chat Room, and it is a virtual reality talk show. We basically talk about everything that's in the blogs, the current events, and all news. It does comprise of me, Chef Don Don, Chase, and Shayla Set. So make sure y'all go out over there and check that out. Also, to let you know, School of Love casting has ended, and we are about to start filming the show. So soon you will see me finding love. So if y'all want to check that out, make sure y'all be looking out for that. It will premiere sometime in spring. So be on the lookout for that, and that will also be premiering on Chef Don Don's channel. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe over there as well. And earlier today, I did go ahead and drop a video for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The last 2 episodes, I believe, episode 9 and 10. Y'all make sure y'all get into that review. And I will be doing a live tomorrow at 1:45 to talk about Married to Medicine as well. And then also we'll be dropping a video for Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay. Even though it's dry as it's as dry as it's like watching paint dry, I'm gonna give you some kind of review on it. All right. So also, once you do all of that, also, we do want to let you know if you do have a Black-owned business and you would like to promote that Black-owned business, or if you're a content creator, whether that's Instagram, TikTok, uh, YouTube, whatever, if you're a realtor, whatever your Black-owned business is, we will be happy to promote you on School of Love and Hotline Bling chat room. So if you would like to go ahead and get your business promoted, go ahead and email us at admin@tcddproductions.com. Someone will get back with you with the advertising packages that you can take part in. Also, make sure you follow me on all social media, Twitter at school_boy and Instagram school_boy_2021. If you would like to donate to the channel at any point in time because you're enjoying the content, the Cash App and Venmo is scrolling around the screen right now. I do need a gaming chair. So I am asking for donations for that. I typically am never a content creator that asks for anything, but right now I need some donations for that. That would greatly appreciate it. That way my back can stop hurting while I'm up here trying to get y'all content because I'm tired of sitting on this flat ass dining room table chair. Okay. And before we get into everything, just want to let y'all know everything that I've spoken on my channel is in my opinion, and if you don't like my opinion, that's cool too. We ain't got to fall out about it and we ain't got to have attitude about it. And, hey, we can agree to disagree straight up. It's never that deep. None of these reality shows are ever that deep for me. Okay. So if you want to argue, I'm just going to simply do what Tambra Cherie did to Marie and tell you to take care, baby. Because I'm not doing it in 2024. God bless you. So let's go ahead and get into it. So they opened the reunion episode up, and Carlos, of course, going to each room like Andy Cohen does on Housewives. I swear to God, I think Carlos King really, really misses working with Bravo because his shows be mimicking Bravo down to the T. So FYI, I ain't like nobody's outfit except for Latrice's because it actually fit her body and it looked nice and it was the only thing that I liked. Uh, and it complimented and flattered her body well. Akeisha's was okay, but it gave prom dress vibes, and that's what Akeisha gives every time you see her in old school updo hairstyles. It's I want her. She has the money to have a proper stylist and look better than what she is, and I don't really understand why she being so cheap. But that's how people keep their money is by being cheap. Akeisha was so I did say she gets prom dressed out. I like Carlos King's suit. The set did scream tacky and cheap. I don't know what owns budget is around there for Bell Collector's reunion, but that whole set looked very, very cheap. I could have found an event planner that could have did something better than that, and that mess was just not it. Um, I'm surprised that the furniture even held up with the cast sitting on it because it gave park bench vibes. I don't really understand it. And that outfit and Marie walking coming on set with this stank walk, and I'm just like, ugh, like this is why I don't like her. Um, uh, and the outfit looked like she picked it up from the flea market. I mean, this she got this tinsel, looked like Christmas tree tinsel strewed across the top. It looked terrible. Then she got these sheer sides, and then that BBL looks horrible. Whoever did your nose job and your BBL needs to really lose their medical license. They should not even be able to practice. Okay, your nose is running around here looking like Sheray's and Tamar's mixed together. I don't even know what happened. Tamara's outfit looked like it came from Fredericks of Hollywood lingerie. Sophia's dress looked like drapes that you picked up off of down there at the Bed Bath and Beyond. Oh, I forgot they closed. They only online now. I don't know where you picked that drape. It looks like drapes. I don't know what Joanne's fabric hell you had on, but that was horrible. Letitia comes in looking like Vanessa Bell Calloway's knockoff from Coming to America, and all she need to do is start hopping on one foot to go ooh 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 because it was horrible. And then you got Carlos doing the antics from the movie, and he didn't make it no better. Also, Letitia's outfit, she looked extremely uncomfortable walking in it. When she sat down, she could not even close her legs. She did that the season before last reunion. Same issue, baby. Get you some outfits that actually fit. I don't know who's styling you and who's doing these dresses and the last minute alterations, but baby, that did not flatter you whatsoever. It was horrible. They get into it and they start talking about Latrice and Letitia and this empowerment brunch and about this text message group saga, and leaving Keisha out of the group messages. So Carlos asked, how was the 9 to 5 comment offensive? Latrice said Letitia brings up, well, she was getting calls and emails about people being offended by the comments. My thing is, why was none of these emails, text messages, or calls, or whatever the hell you got shown on the show? That's where it's not making sense to me. And if I was getting that much flack, I would have took you to the side when it originally happened and let you know what was up. Y'all know that I have called BS on Letitia since Giddy Up, and I really feel like Letitia is trying to use this show to actually start a business, but Letitia is not an entrepreneur and not a business owner. She's trying to come up off of this show, and how she's going about it, it ain't well and it's horrible. And you could tell, like, baby, that Letitia Enterprises is some BS you just came up with the last 2 years, the last 2 seasons, so that you can have a storyline. But I do not see businesswoman when I see Letitia. Okay, I see fraudster. That's what I see. Um, Latrice said she calls BS on the emails and calls because she said that she talked to Letitia after and she was saying her sister loved her. And Letitia says, not to cut you off, but my sister was the only one that said that. Letitia accuses Latrice of lying for her image, and Latrice was like, girl. And I'm like, Latrice, like, girl, the only person lying about their image is you and Lil Boozy. Okay. You and Little Boozy Badass is over there lying about y'all's image. I guarantee y'all renting that Airbnb for that fake business that you got, and y'all leasing that damn Porsche Cayenne to make y'all seem like y'all got more money than a little bit. And anybody can rent a Porsche Cayenne. Anybody can lease cars. It doesn't mean that you actually have the means to really afford the lifestyle. I think Letitia and Glenn are trying to use this show to come up to have a lifestyle and have a status, but they don't have anything. It's all a front, if you ask me. Um, and I do 100% believe Latrice when she said that, you know, like, girl, you got some nerves talking about me lying for image. No, you really over there lying for image. Latrice and Letitia are arguing, and Latrice says she will not lie on her, and Letitia says she was lying about the text messages about Tambra. Letitia threatens to demolish Latrice with her lies and claims that Latrice has no peace in her life. And Latrice says Letitia wants her life, and she's talking about, I don't want no Cliff. Yeah, you do. You may not want Cliff, but you want her life in the aspects of the financial, the successful business, the finances, and being able to be comfortable. You do want that portion of Latrice's life. You may no don't nobody want Cliff. That's irrelevant to me because don't nobody want Cliff. But if we're gonna keep it a buck, even though Cliff is who Cliff is successful in his own right and got generational wealth and got money on his own. Something little Boozy don't have. He's still running around here on a tugboat and then trying to do that rap career with that kiosk jewelry around his neck, trying to make it seem like he's somebody and he really ain't. And I really think that's why your husband really admires Cliff, because he does want to be Cliff, and that's why he wants to be up underneath Cliff. Whereas you trying to act like you don't want to be Latrice, but deep down inside you really do. And again, it's for the money aspect and for the business aspect. I ain't saying you jealous of the marriage, but Latrice ain't had to be on national TV thinking she was going to be a stepmama to a child, because the child was really not a baby. The child was like, I think 7 or 8 years old. She ain't never had that type of scandal. So you can miss me with that. Letitia says Latrice is a jealous, miserable bitch. Child, Latrice let it be known Letitia called her with Marie on the phone to conspire against the other women on the cast. And I 100% do believe Latrice. I do believe Marie and Letitia are one and the same. That's why they go in the paint so hard for each other. And that's why they defend each other so much, because them two hoes know where all the dirt lies, because both of them are a part of a lot of the dirt and they have dirt on one another. So if they ever cross one another, it's going to be up and it's going to be stuck between them two. So it's one of those things. I got to keep my enemy close, my friends close, and my enemies closer, because y'all are frenemies in my eyes. And I've always called that. Carlos suggests interjects to get them to calm down, and Latrice started crying, but I think it was out of anger, not because has love for Letitia. I think she really wanted to put her hands on Letitia. And furthermore, I'm gonna tell you, Letitia, that wig is freaking horrible. The whole outfit, the wig, every horrible. Okay. Latrice says that Letitia came to her upset about the panel and the 9 to 5 comment weeks later when they started filming, and not when it directly happened. And I believe that, because again, what storyline does Letitia have? We don't even know what Letitia really do for a living besides them ghetto ass brunches with them dirty plates. We don't know what Letitia actually does. And at the end of the day, I think that again, Letitia wants camera time again to boost herself up to be able to create a successful business off of this show. But you ain't gonna tell me them own checks is that good, because I'm looking at that damn bootleg ghetto ass set that y'all was sitting on, and baby, again, it was tacky. Carlos asked Marie, was Latrice drunk on the panel? And Marie says she was a little tipsy, but allegedly, a word on the curb is they say Marie ass was drunk up on the panel. So clearly everybody was drunk, because they say allegedly folks had shots before they even got on there. Everybody did. So all of this, who is drunk and who is not, if that's the case and you wanted your people that's on your panel as you're speaking not to be intoxicated, then you wouldn't be offering any type of liquor until they were done with the actual panel. And that's just me. Akeisha jumps in and says, well, some people told her that the brunch was good, but folks were asking, was Latrice drunk because of her body language and movement? And I'm like, Akeisha, why are you even interjecting? You weren't at the brunch. You have nothing to do with this. And I like you, but you really trying me. Because a lot of times throughout this entire reunion, I didn't understand where all of this energy that you have for Latrice is coming from, unless Letitia and Marie put a battery in your back. And I thought you was bright enough and smart enough not to let them dumb bitches play with you like that. I really had faith with you, Akeisha, but you're really making me realize that you might not be that bright too, regardless of all the money that you have with Willie. You seeming a little slow. You giving slow ho, in the words of Chef Don Down. Shout out to him. They talk about Latrice and Sophia helping her find the building and her using another realtor over her and closing on a building. Latrice says she was working with two realtors at the time and that Sophia never followed up with her about a property. Sophia said that Latrice had to do was pick up the phone. All she had to do was pick up the phone and say that she was going with someone else, but she didn't. And she throws shade that Latrice still is not in her new building yet. Now, I do follow Latrice, and Latrice did actually post a video of her building and says that she's currently actually in her new building. So, okay. And I will be honest, so Gucci, where you messed up, or Sophia, Shantae, whatever the hell your fucking name is, where you messed up is that anyone in business, regardless if I'm friends with you or not, whether I'm cool with you or not, business is business and friendship is friendship. Contracts would have been signed where you would have been bound to me. It would have been no way that you would have been able to go with somebody else. I would have had you down lock and key. That's where you messed up. Letitia says she didn't find out Sophia was having an issue until they actually started filming another one. I think that's Sophia and JJ and his mom and all that. I believe that's a whole lot of fool la la and acting, and it's giving Tubi over there too, just like Letitia and Lil Boozy. Okay. Carlos asked Latrice, does she think she owes Sophia an apology? And Latrice was like, no. And Sophia says, well, that's Latrice. And Carlos brings up, as a businesswoman, Sophia should have made her sign a contract to be the realtor on record. Sophia says, well, she thought they were closer than that, and she wasn't worried about it. She was more focused on getting the building. And she said she had all the paperwork in the DocuSign. She just never sent it, which to me is stupid, because regardless of whether I'm cool with you or not, business is separate from us being friends. I'm not going to be looking for something for you and I don't have you legit on paperwork that I'm actually going to get paid from this. Latrice says she did lie about calling Sophia the number one realtor, and she knows they lie about her to tear her down, but she did it to basically gas Sophia up, which I'm like, now I ain't gonna. Now I love my friends to death, but I ain't gonna lie about your rankings or whatever you do. Now I may give a personal testimony for myself, but I ain't lying for nobody. Okay, that I ain't doing. Okay, now if I know how your work is because how what you did for me and what you've done for others, I don't mind like doing that for my friends, but to I ain't just lying for anybody. And I that ain't me. But Latrice go off, that's you, baby, but that ain't me. Latrice says her friends with brokerages actually looked up Sophia at the time. In her entire career, she had only sold 5 homes. Sophia says she's not the number one realtor, but she is in the top realtors, and she says that she has sold more homes than that. Again, Akeisha jumps in. I don't know why. Akeisha jumps in at some point and says that she know Gucci has sold more than that. And I'm like, Akeisha, shut up. Keep it cute. Because you working my damn nerves. Akeisha says Latrice is projecting and trying to tear others down on the cast, and she's digging to look up things. And I'm looking at Akeisha and I'm like, yet you're cool with two hoes on the other side of the couch. that have sat up here and dug up in Tambra's past and went to go find a man that Tambra had DV charges against, and you're up here talking, ma'am, shut up. Because I know every last one of these heifers have looked up something. They probably even looked up shit on you, Akeisha. Let's be cool, clear. They probably looked up stuff on you. They just trying to figure out a which way to display whatever they gonna try to try to bring up. But trust and believe, if you sitting around here trusting Marie and Letitia, you need your head checked. And that's on the real. I ain't even trying to be funny about it, but you need your head checked. Okay? Because I ain't. Excuse me. Letitia, Akeisha says that no one wants to be Latrice and they don't want her life. And Latrice says, we're going to agree to disagree on that one. Carlos says they're going to move on. And I'm like, Akeisha, you may not need her life because you are set. You were set before you met your husband. You were good before you met your man. So it is what it is. Your situation is a little bit different. So I'm not going to think that you're going to agree to disagree with them. And then number two, you and your husband don't particularly care about how Cliff treats Latrice, and I don't even care for that. But again, y'all can agree to disagree on that. They talk about Akeisha and Ferris Street, and Akeisha clears up the tea that I gave in my previous video. There's a video that I did this season that I gave in my videos this season that I have in my DMs that Akeisha was already working on Ferris Street before the show. Um, and that was the reason why the showrunners actually reached out to her to do the show. Carlos asked Letitia about Ferris Street, is the idea abandoned or not? And she says she claims she had marital issues and money issues. Baby, it was a storyline. You never had the money. I don't even know if you really had marital issues with Glenn. I think that's a lie too. I think y'all still to be acting with that. You just never had the finances to do it. You used it as a storyline, but you didn't have any follow through. And that's really what it is. Because right now, buildings on Ferris Street are actually open to be bought, and you have still yet to buy one. And if Marie was so concerned about you having a building on Ferris Street, Marie should have helped you purchase one. But I think Marie damn money is funny too, if you ask me. And I'm going to tell you why I think it's funny. We're going to get there when we get there. Letitia claims she couldn't do anything at the time with Ferris Street because of that. Again, you never had the money. You and Boozy is faking, fraudulent. Okay. Letitia asks Akeisha says Akeisha had the legacy and the finances to do it, but she was still rooting for her. Carlos asked Akeisha why didn't she bring Letitia on with her, and she says that she hadn't talked to her since season 3 reunion and anything about anything, and until they began filming. And in the beginning of filming, they were not getting along. Towards the end, they began to actually be around each other more and rebuilding the friendship. And Akeisha did, and I do have tea that Akeisha did close on a building in November of 2023. So she actually does have a building on Fair Street, and she is going to continue to buy each building block by block. The reason why her proposal was not taken the first time is because she wanted to buy the entire block, and it's not what the city wanted to do. So therefore, they wanted everybody to have the opportunity to go ahead and buy on Fair Street. And again, old girl still got the opportunity to buy on Fair Street. She still hasn't because clearly her money is still not up. Count still on negative. Clearly. Moving on. They talk about the visit to the state capitol, and Marie was not invited to the capitol. And Carlos asked Sophia, how did the initial invites go out? And Sophia says she got a text from Tambra and it stated everyone was invited to the capitol except for one person, and it was due to fraud. Carlos then asked Tambra, is that what happened? And she says she received a message that all the Bells were initially invited to come and to be honored. Tamber says the only thing that she was guilty of was not contacting Marie directly about the initial invite. And Tamber says Letitia was the one who contacted to tell her about Marie not being able to come. Tamber said that after the thing with Marie and the ex, she knows she was not in a good place with her and she deleted her phone number. Marie's like, well, I never had your phone number in there. And I'm just like, girl, don't nobody want to be friends with you but Letitia. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, don't nobody want to be friends with you. And so Gucci is just a follower and a flunky. And Akeisha, I don't even know why you got all this energy. So and Carlos does these they do these reunions so early. So if there was things that have happened and transpired before that reunion, then you don't really know what really if there's any other additional issues with folks. So Tambra said after the thing with Marie and the ex, yeah, she was not in a good place with her, whatever. Marie says she was never in the phone. And then Marie says she was contacted by Letitia about the Bells being invited to the Capitol. And then she got contacted again saying Marie was not that she was not invited. Letitia claims looking back at the show, Tambra's cousin Jacqueline works at the Capitol, which is the same one that excluded Marie and Letitia from Tambra's baby shower. And Tambra says she does work there, but she is not a tour guide. And Letitia suggested, you know, Letitia suggested this whole scenario and synopsis, and now Marie want to scream like, what? What? And I'm just like, girl, shut up. Shut up. Because what it gives me is that Marie's reputation precedes her and not in a good way. And that's the reason why your ass wasn't invited to that Capitol. Plus, are we not going to go back to season 1 in which you showed your ass in front of them damn city council people when Letitia called herself trying to revitalize Fair Street and trying to get in with them people down in the city council in the Capitol, and you showed your ass there arguing with Kaylon? Yeah, I believe your reputation precedes you, man. You are the reason why you don't get invited to certain things. You, but because you have smoking issues with Tambra, you're going to try to make this bigger. You're going to try to make this a thing that Tambra's really coming at you, and that's really not what it is. Letitia says she found it coincidental that the cousin didn't invite them to the spring fling, was the one that worked at the Capitol too. And Marie says she wouldn't have went to the Tambra baby shower. And Tambra was like, girl, I wouldn't have wanted you there anyway. And neither would have Demond because of what you did, ma'am. Again, you can't take accountability. Going to go talk to somebody's ex who had DV issues, who is she had to press charges against, who she has paperwork on, is very psychotic and sick, Marie. You talking about you got all of these facilities for people to get help mentally. You need to be checked in a damn facility yourself because you are one psychotic bitch. I'm just gonna say that. Amber says she has nothing to do with the allegations being brought up or fraud being said about Marie's business. She was relayed the message, and that was it. And I'm going to tell you this. I recently worked for a company in 2023 in which, unbeknownst to us as workers, I noticed a lot of things because I worked and did billing for them in the medical billing. I noticed the company was always changing tax IDs, company names was constantly changing, blah, blah, blah. In the summer of 2023, no, the summer of 22, take that back, 22. Us as employees didn't know that the federal government was watching my former employer, meaning they had got into so many red flags with their business. They were flagged with Medicaid. They were flagged with Medicare. They were flagged with all commercial insurances about their billing. And the whole thing about it was that I also was tight with the CPA that worked for the company as well that did their books. She was telling me that this is not their first rope and pony show. The owner had done this before where he had issues with the government, tax IDs, all of that, NPIs, all of that. What happened was the federal government ended up freezing his accounts. We didn't know that as employees. We thought everything was everything. They were actually in the summertime sitting on the business and watching the business to see who was coming out, when they were coming out, what managers worked there, what the managers did. They actually questioned all of the managers about the business, who was at the head of the business, who the investors were, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, because the federal government has swooped in and froze all of their assets. We were getting paid because some of the investors were covering our payroll to continue the business to be open. I say this to say this. I say that story to tell you this. Nobody really knows what's really going on with Marie's business, but clearly where there's smoke, there's fire. You constantly keep bringing up, man, that there is this fraud or whatever allegedly is going on around there. I don't know if it's really truly fraud, but you keep saying that people are accusing you of fraud. One thing, if I was a businesswoman and I'm especially working in the medical field, one thing I'm never, ever going to do is get on national TV. My beloved, I'm never going to get on national TV and scream that people are trying to get me for fraud, especially when the government follows social media, they follow TV, they follow everything now. Okay, because dummies tell on themselves with crimes on social media, TV, etc. I wouldn't keep saying that. And if someone is truly giving you doing defamation towards your business, shut the hell up and sue them. I said that in my last video, and I'm going to continue to say that. Marie, you sound stupid because there's no way I'm going to be hollering and screaming about my business. No way I'm going to be hollering and screaming about my business and people accusing me of fraud if I know it's not true. But I find it interesting. Now, I do think that when the federal government invites anybody there, they're going to look into folks' background because the federal government has the ability to do that, whether that's state or federal. State government or federal government, they have the ability to look into towards your background. I'm not surprised if they did go ahead and to look into your background and they saw some allegations out there, or there might have been people accusing you of fraud. Y'all realize that patients can call insurance companies and say if they're being charged improperly or if they think something is going on with the business that's a little bit funny. Patients can also do that as well. I think it's completely reckless as a business owner to be out here trying to fight people on national TV, to be cursing at people on national TV, and to be showing your ass the way you are on national TV, Marie. And you expect someone to take you seriously. I would not take anything you say seriously by looking at the way that you act on TV in no way, shape, or form. I also will say this to you as well, beloved. You are dumb to keep screaming this across. And if the state said that you couldn't come there, it's because the state has either found something on you when they did their own investigating and digging, because I believe that they did digging on all of y'all. But when it came to you, there was something that they found that didn't sit right with them. Because again, you can get state charges as well as federal charges when it comes down to Medicare, Medicaid fraud, whatever it is, whatever type of fraud that you're doing over there, commercial insurance fraud, it all can be ran through the state. I've worked at plenty of places where that's happened, where they've had somebody over the medical billing. The owners didn't know people was either stealing or they were trumping up charges on patients to bring in more money, to make the company more money, and to make it look like there was more revenue coming in, and also padding something into their pocket. I don't know what you got going on, Marie, but the dumb part about it is hollering and screaming about it across national TV. You sound like a complete babbling idiot. And it's something that I would never do. And I don't believe Tampa has anything to do with you not being invited. I think it has to do with everything you have done in multiple places with city councilmen and government officials. You did it at that gala and you showed your ass, and you did it at that season one at Letitia's events where she had city councilmen and people. So your reputation is not good. And if they're going off of just your reputation and how you handle yourself when in public spaces, that's enough for somebody to say they don't want your ass there, minus any fraud allegations or anything fraud that's allegedly happening or has happened or what people think is happening. Okay. That's just my opinion. Akeisha chimes in and says she was happy she didn't come early. Marie jumps in and says they weren't uh recognized and it didn't and they weren't honored, so it don't matter. No, you still bitter, man. You still bitter. Because if you didn't care about it, it wouldn't bother you that much and it wouldn't irritate you that much. It wouldn't make you want to get your big ass off that couch and try to fight people. You are absolute buffoon and you are ridiculous and you are crazy. You are tacky. You are childish. You are late, tired, delayed, and through, Marie. And any black woman that's up here talking about call me Marie Monroe after some white woman, you really need your head checked. And you barely got enough hair to snap a damn finger at, but you act like you all good with that badass botched BBL. You look terrible. Marie claims she doesn't need a plaque or anything. She don't need to be recognized. And I'm like, girl, see again, here go that ghetto ass class. The same shit that you say Latrice is ghetto. You exude it and it comes out of your pores. You can't even help yourself. Marie claims she doesn't need so they break for lunch and you hear Letitia getting into it with Latrice and Latrice is saying she lying on her and basically Marie jumps in to go get Letitia big ass that look like and Letitia standing over Latrice calling her an insecure bitch. And I'm just like, does this make you feel good? Because your husband don't make you feel good at home? Because your husband don't honor you, don't respect you, don't care about you. Y'all still in this high school trying to come up, trying to be cool, part of the cool kids club. So you come here and call Latrice an insecure bitch, but you really the one that's insecure? Cause sweetie, you projecting all night. And it's actually really terrible. It's actually really terrible. Okay. You mad because you don't got Latrice money, and that's really what it is. You're mad because you have a fraudulent business that you're trying to say you got Letitia Enterprises. You're mad that little boozy can't do nothing besides hoe around on you with other women and possibly make you a stepmother. And also disrespect you and quote unquote pop up everywhere when he's mic'd. I don't know how you can pop up on somebody and you're mic'd to show up to the scene. Like, please. Um, Latrice says, "What am I insecure about?" And Marie tells Letitia to come on because Latrice is childish, and Latrice says, "You childish." And Marie talking about that she was gonna beat the brakes off Latrice, calling her all kinds of hoes, and Latrice is giving it back to 100%, calling her the same back. Latrice said, "You get you a car," and they allegedly word on the curb is Marie ain't got no car. Marie hollering that she got a Lexus, and again, anybody can lease a Lexus, a Porsche, or anything. As long hell, you can have a 600 credit score and lease a Lexus or a Porsche. Hell, you can go to a buy here, pay here place down here in Texas and get a Lexus or a Porsche. You might have a $700-800 payment, but you can have a Lexus or a Porsche in the hood. So really, that doesn't say anything about anything. Excuse me, y'all. That was something that flew by over here. That really doesn't say anything about anything in my eyes. That's just a bunch of talk. Marie and security is holding folks back, ushering them off. And Latrice was ready to put in that work because she was to the point that she was crying. And anytime somebody is to the point that they're crying, they really want to put their hands on you. And I'm gonna say this once and I'm gonna say this again. Latrice and Marie are very insecure and they're both miserable and they don't like their lives. So yeah, they'll tear down anybody that they can. And I'm waiting for the moment that they turn on Aikisha and Sophia because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And Aikisha, I really thought I had more faith in you to use your brain, and clearly you don't. I don't know what the real issue is between that you're jumping in on Latrice and stuff all the time, but that seems to be what you keep doing. So I don't really understand why you want that smoke, but you are a sheer disappointment. That is my review for Bell Collective. That part two, I know it's going to be foolish, and I'm probably going to really go in again on Marie. And I'm just going to say, like, anybody that thinks, and Marie, I'm going to say this to you again. If you ain't got no car and all you ride around is your business van, and that's because somebody might have froze your asset. Because ain't nowhere in the world that you walking around, you riding around in your work vehicles and you don't have a personal vehicle. Just don't make no sense to me. But anyways, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. Again, I should be to y'all live tomorrow at 1:45 p.m. Central Standard Time to talk about Married to Medicine. And I should be dropping my video for Real Housewives Potomac episode from tonight, tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Thank y'all for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. For those that who subscribe, again, I am taking donations now for a chair. Okay, because I need one because I'm tired of sitting on this dining room chair and my ass is hurting right about now as I'm exiting this video. So if y'all would like to follow me on the socials are sliding at the bottom of the screen. You can also donate to the channel if you would like to via Cash App or Venmo. Excuse me. And if you also have a business that you would like to be featured on School of Love or Hotline Bling chat room, y'all make sure that you guys email us at admin@tcddproductions.com. Someone will get out all of the kits for being able to promote your business. You just have to make sure y'all have the commercial already created and clipped because we won't be creating a commercial for you. That's something that already has to be done. But y'all have an amazing, amazing, amazing evening. Enjoy y'all Sunday night. Thank y'all for watching. See y'all in the next video.